"35 years after the original Polo was introduced, it's still one of Volkswagen's most popular models. More than 10.5 million Polos have been sold over the years, and the little car remains, along with the Golf and the Passat, one of the main pillars in Volkswagen's fleet. The fifth-generation Polo that Volkswagen has just introduced is a small car that has come a long way from its humble beginnings in the 1970s. Volkswagen's Tobias Volkmar says the company wanted a more dynamic, youthful design for the new model. The goal was a modern aesthetic look that at the same time has a certain timelessness. To be sure, the Polo has grown up and grown over the years. Volkswagen's small car has followed the standard pattern in the industry. Everything is bigger and more comfortable. With a length of 3.95 meters, it's almost as big as the second-generation Golf from 1983. And compared to the previous generation, this Polo is wider and longer, but not as tall. The front end shares VW's new look with the curved dark headlights and the big air intake under the bumper. The long wheelbase and the minimal overhang front and rear give the car a dynamic poised stance. There's a little spoiler at the end of the roofline, and the big taillights seem to say, "There goes something different." Tobias Volkmar says giving the car a high-quality feeling was important to the designers, both in the interior and outside, and they also increased the car's driving dynamics. Inside, this Polo does not look or feel like a small car. Volkswagen has used attractive materials and metallic accents to create an interior that conveys a sense of solidity and quality. The cabin is very spacious. Rear seat passengers have more legroom, and there is 295 liters of cargo space. The suspension is also completely redesigned with a new front axle and a wider track. The result is a car that rides comfortably and handles curves without a lot of body roll. The Polo also has enough stiffness in the springs to make a more sporty driving style possible. Stability control is now standard equipment. Even on rougher surfaces, this Polo stays quiet and steady. Under the hood, the priority is economy, not performance. Customers can choose from 4 gasoline engines and 3 turbo diesels, including one that Tobias Volkmar says replaces a 1.6-liter unit used in the previous Polo. He says the new engine uses TSI technology and has a displacement of just 1.2 liters. The result is a 20% improvement in fuel efficiency. Volkmar says the new engine generates 105 horsepower and enables the Polo to cover 100 kilometers on just 5.5 liters of fuel. Interesting options include a 7-speed twin-clutch semi-automatic gearbox that costs an extra 1,400 euros. The new Polo does exactly what we've come to expect from Volkswagen. It takes a good car and moves it a clear step forward and upward. It's a subcompact that has compact car qualities. It's bigger and more comfortable and offers enough space to make it a viable alternative to some larger models. In Germany, prices for the new Polo start at 12,150 euros. The Audi A3 is being offered with a new 1.6-liter diesel engine that comes in 2 versions. There is a 90-horsepower model that needs 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers, and a 105-horsepower version that consumes a frugal 4.1 liters. The A3 1.6 TDI is already available in Germany from 22,500 euros. A legend celebrates its 50th birthday. The Mini has been plying streets around the world for half a century. To mark the occasion, 25,000 Mini fans gathered at the Silverstone racetrack for the United Festival, where around 10,000 of the Minis, ranging from rare antiques to the latest models, were on display. some station wagons today can do a lot more than carry big loads. We're going to compare two luxury wagons. The BMW 530d Touring Lifestyle Edition and Chrysler's 300C CRD Touring SRT. Both are equipped with diesel engines that are powerful and efficient. Drivitz Matas Kurat says that the BMW is popular with traveling business people and with drivers who want performance. The suspension and steering are stiff and direct without being uncomfortable. The Chrysler, on the other hand, has a very different kind of character. Matas says the Chrysler 300C is a car for people who want to be noticed, but it is not a car for people who want to take curves aggressively. The suspension is very soft, and the brakes take some getting used to. But the Chrysler is perfectly good for a relaxed scenic drive through the countryside. These are not small cars, but the Chrysler is a good 15 centimeters longer than the BMW, which looks positively dainty next to the big American. That difference is also accented by the Chrysler's distinctive styling. Our test driver says the exteriors of the two cars could hardly look less similar. The BMW with its sleek headlights and smoothly rounded curves, compared to the imposing massive front end of the Chrysler. The American car's gaping chrome-covered grille stands in marked contrast to the BMW, which has only a little bit of chrome on the trademark dual-kidney grille openings. Next up, Matas is going to show us the Chrysler's cargo bed. He says it may look a little small because the floor is relatively high. But that floor hides a variety of compartments that can be configured in a variety of ways to hold small items or other kinds of cargo. Approaching the BMW, Matas demonstrates how he can use the car's smart key to open the rear door by remote control. Inside, he shows us the hidden compartments under the floor of the BMW's cargo bed.
Über verschiedene Staufächer verfügt, die man variabel hier teilen kann. Looking under the BMW's hood, Matas finds a 6-cylinder diesel that displaces 3 liters and produces 235 horsepower. He says the Chrysler's engine is also a 3-liter 6, but it produces only 218 horsepower. Chrysler claims the 300C burns 8 liters of fuel to travel 100 kilometers, but in real-world driving, the car's consumption is closer to 10 liters. The 300C was developed when Chrysler was owned by Daimler. The car's suspension and drivetrain come from the Mercedes E-Class that was built from 1996 to 2002. The Chrysler's interior uses attractive materials and feels well made. The SRT package we tested includes a lot of chrome and extras like a sliding roof and a navigation system. Matas says the BMW's interior is even more elegant. He likes how the steering wheel feels and the good-looking surfaces and leather, which costs extra, of course. The dashboard controls are arranged in the usual sensible BMW fashion, and Matas says he personally likes the new iDrive multifunction knob in the central console better than the original version. But he has problems with some of the levers on the steering wheel. He says he regularly bumps the cruise control when he uses the turn signals. Das hätte man vielleicht etwas anders lösen können.
On the road, the BMW shows no noticeable weaknesses. And if 235 horsepower isn't enough, there's also the 535D with 286 horsepower. Which brings us to our final question. Which car do we like better? Matas Kurat says that's not an easy question. BMW or Chrysler, Germany or America. With a BMW, there's a long list of options for people who want to put together a car that meets their exact desires. That can be complicated and expensive. The Chrysler 300C that we tested was completely equipped with the SRT design package, and there aren't any other options you could get. Matas says that makes the Chrysler a car for people who can't make up their minds but want to be noticed. And since that's the kind of person Matas says he is, he's going for the Chrysler today.